Okay. So today our topic is types of variables. How many types of variables we have? We have
Mm.
how many types of variable we have?
Two types
We
of
have
variables,
We
primitive and
have
non-primitive.
sorry, we have three
prime,
types of
non-prime.
variables.
Three types.
We have two types of variable, global variable and local variable.
Yeah, for the
Static.
global variable, instance variable, and static variable again.
Static
Okay,
variable.
we can consider that only as the same way. Okay, we have two types of variables. In that first one is global variable. Okay, and the second one is local variable. The first one, if I consider global variable, okay, now see here again, this global variable is divided into two types. First one is, okay, instance variable, and the second one is static variable. Okay, like we have to tell like this, so that's why everyone will tell three types of variable by considering local variable and this two. Okay, if you want to tell in the two ways, you can tell like this, but in actual we have three types. Two types, subtypes is for the global variable and one local variable. Okay, now see here. Sir, on the what basis? Yesterday was said to that in we are divided data types on the basis of size and range. So now on the what basis variables are declared? Variables are divided. How they are classified? So if you remember, now see here, when we are writing like this, class, as I hope I said this. This is what we call it as, from this opening point to this closing point of a class. Some identifier is there. Some test class is there. This is we call it as a class scope.
Top level scope.
Yeah, class level scope. Now suppose if I return like this, if I return here main method. Now here what is the scope? Method scope. Okay, you can tell main method scope. If some other method is there, some other method scope. Okay, now see in class we have different types of scopes. The biggest scope is that class scope, which is the largest one is class scope. See now in the class, I said already, we can define the properties of an object. So in the class we can have constructor also. Okay, constructor, if you are not know that constructor, it's fine. Okay, constructor is also one type of method. Let's now consider constructor will also have one scope. Okay, even main method also will have one scope, whatever that, except the class scope, remaining all scopes are local scopes. The class scope is called global scope. Clear? We can consider the class scope as a global level scope, and any scope except class scope, anything main level, main method or any other method scope is called a local level scope. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. Yes, sir.
now see here, I'll just simply take an example. If you've seen our world map, it's not world map. Okay, when you are differentiating in the world map, how they will differentiate? Okay, according to the, like, India, one country, another country, but inside if you come the country again, it will differentiate like states. Correct? How they are differentiating? According to their boundaries. Correct? Correct or not?
Yes,
Correct,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the same way here also we are dividing variables on the basis of where they are declared. Suppose I have here class, okay, test. Okay, now inside every class, if it is not mandatory to have a main method. Suppose you can consider there is some methods is there, so I'm considering some main method. Okay, if I am declaring inside a method, suppose int x is equal to 10. Okay, here I declared one variable. This is also one variable only. Okay, here I declared, okay, some I'll take string name is equal to, okay, ABC. Okay, now this is also variable. Now tell me, don't tell the data type difference. Now what is the major difference you are able to find out here?
String
Sir,
name is a global variable.
yeah, string name has been defined in the class scope, correct?
Yes, sir.
But this int x variable is defined in the method
Inside
scope.
the class, inside the method.
Yeah, inside the class and inside the method. Okay, but this one is declared inside a class, outside a method, correct?
Yes, sir.
Guys, I'm not telling anything technical. See, observe. String variable is declared inside a class, outside a method. Int x is defined inside a method and inside a class. So don't tell inside a class. The method is declared inside a class and inside a method only. So the place where defining is different. The place where you are defining the scope level is different. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Guys,
Yes,
what
sir.
about remaining all? What is the main difference you are observing here? The place where you are defining variable, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I think let's take here also. Some people are not getting understand. Let's fine. Now see here. I'm taking here also some int z is equal to 20. Okay. Now tell me what is the now the difference you are observing here? That wherever the place you have declared, that is the only difference here, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Now, so now this variable have the access from this point to this point, correct? Suppose I'll
Yes,
tell you
sir.
simply, I'll just simply tell you one thing. Okay, just focus here. Now consider we have we are in India, right? Okay. Now consider here India. Now here one state is there. You can consider AP state. Okay. Now here. Now suppose our CM is there. Consider one variable is a CM, and now you have to define the CM inside your state or not. Is it possible to define total in the India side?
No,
No,
sir.
no, sir.
So we'll
No,
define
sir.
your PM, right? So
Yes,
now the
sir.
CM has access from only AP starting boundary to AP closing boundary, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
But the
sir.
PM will have from this point to this point because he's a global leader for India, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
The
sir.
same way,
Yes, sir.
whenever now see this is the local scope, correct? This
Correct, sir.
variable is different inside a main method. So up to which level it have access from this opening point to this closing point or not?
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
we have declared this variable inside a global scope. So now this will have from this opening point to this opening point. Wherever you want, you can access, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now simply understand it. Now we'll discuss. Now you'll understand. So I'm sorry. Now whatever we declared inside a class, outside a method, that we'll call it as a global variables. Okay. Whichever we have defined inside a method, that will call it not inside a method or inside a constructor anything, we'll call it as a local variable. Clear what is meant by global variable, what is meant by local variable?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
see, I'm providing here the definition. A variable which is declared inside a class and outside
Method.
a data members. We'll call it as all everything as a data members. Okay, data members means it will include blocks, constructors, and everything. So I will write here to make you understand constructors. Okay, methods and blocks. Okay, now see here, and one more thing here, we can access global variables from anywhere in a class. Again someone will there most intelligent guy, he will come and ask me that it will, so people will have the different kinds. Okay, I'll tell you on some example. Okay, now see here. Class, just I'm telling example. Okay, consider class test you have. Suppose you have here, so it will be like there 1 2 3 4 point lines of code, right? Suppose you have declared here int x is equal to 10. I'm just saying someone is printing here only print x, and you will tell, sir, I'm getting error. I have declared the variable inside a class only, and I'm trying to print. You said from anywhere I can access. Is it possible to play without giving a birth? Still, it is
No,
not.
sir.
It's been
No,
declared
sir.
only. How can you access here? Correct.
Sir.
So if you were born on 1998, okay, if some, okay, let it be fine. Okay, suppose you just is it, how many people have you been watched NTR live? No one, right? Before we birth only they died. Okay, so the same way still this variable has not been generated only. You are not been declared only. How can it is possible to access? Okay, don't come to me, sir, the you said class level wherever, from wherever we can access. Okay, once you have declared from here to anywhere you can access. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, again some people will be there, so they'll get a doubt. Okay, now see here. Now here first we'll discuss about local variable. Okay, local variable. What is a local variable? A variable which is declared inside a data members.
Inside it.
Inside a data members. Access of local variables are up to data members only. Okay, now see here, observe what are the points you have to consider. Now see here, first thing, okay, first thing I'll tell you one thing, remember, now don't worry, to print any variable, to print on console, you have to type system dot out dot println. Okay, here the system is package, out is the object reference, println is the method. Okay, just I'm telling, if you're not understanding, that's fine. If you want to print anything, system dot out dot println. Okay, this is the what we have to use it. Now see here, I'm just writing here class test. Okay, now I'm taking here one main method. Now here I have declared one variable, and I try to print system dot out dot println of x. Now tell me what is the output. Okay, let's create one program here. Understood? Control Shift N. Sorry, to get a new page. See, I'm taking class. Okay, variables. Okay, now here I'm writing on main method. See, main method public static void main. Okay, and here you have to provide for everything. You have to open a scope, means you have to close that scope. Here you have to provide parameters as string array aux. Okay, now here int x. Okay, system s capital, system dot out dot print ln. I'm printing here x. See, if you observe, you have to observe one thing. Wherever I'm opening the braces, I'm closing here. Wherever I'm opening the braces, I'm closing here. Okay, at the end of every line, I'm keeping semicolon. Okay, now see here, this is what I'm saving it here. Okay, now see here, today I will teach you how to write a program. Just understand here. I'm just explaining the concept, right? No worries, how to run your program and all the things I'll tell you. Now see here, I'm saving with variables.java. Okay. Now see, first what I'm doing here is I'm compiling java c variables.java. See, it is throwing error. What the error is? Variable x might not have been initialized. Okay. What it is saying that you have only declared, but you are not initialized it. Why? See, normally, okay, let it be fine. Now I'm just providing. Dude, if you are not understanding also, that's fine. Just I'm providing here static int x. Okay. Now see, if I run this, if I run this again, now see, it has been compiled successfully. If I'm executing this program, see, it is giving 0. Okay. So just I'm saying this concept forget. So what you have to understand now, I'll come to point here. The first point in the local variables. Okay, the first point is access. The access of local variables only within the scope. The second point here is before before manipulating before manipulating a local variable. Guys, don't take manipulating in negative way. Manipulating means whether you are printing or whether you are performing any operation like addition or subtraction, anything, any operation. Otherwise, if you are deleting it, anything, okay, I will tell before. Otherwise, manipulating means anything. Okay, before manipulating a local variable, you have to initialize a variable. You have to initialize a variable. Otherwise, what will happen if you don't initialize? It will throw a compile time error. Guys, what will happen when you don't initialize a local variable before manipulating?
It will throw a
Error.
compile time.
It will to compile time.
Okay, good. Now see here, a variable which is declared inside access of local variables are up to only data member scope only. Okay. Now here one more point is, now here before, okay, I'll tell like this. Okay, initializing of local variables before manipulating is required. Otherwise, it will throw a compile time error. Okay. Now see here. Clear? Guys, up to now is clear for everyone. What is, you are able to understand what is meant by local variable?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, now see here. Let's take one more example to explain local variable. Okay. Now see here. I have a class variables. Already we have a class variables. Correct? So here, if I'm declaring one method, okay, just one method. Method 1 I'm declaring. Here method 1 inside I'm declaring int x is equal to 10. Okay. Now in the main method I am trying to print system.out.println. Let's see whether we are able to access out of the scope or not. I said it is not accessible, but I have to prove it, right? Now see here, observe. So what I am doing here, I'm just removing here x. Okay, now this is one method. I am creating one more method. If you are not understanding this, it's fine. Whatever I'm creating in the, okay, understand the concept. Okay, now see, observe. I'll just take it here. This is right what we have written program. This is what we have written a program name. Okay, first I will explain here. Understand. Now this is from this point to this point, it is class level scope. Okay, CS means class level scope. So this is from this point to this point. Okay, what is this? This is method 1 scope, because method 1 scope means the name of a method is method 1. Now from this point to this point, what is this? This is main method scope. Main method means here main is a name, main method scope. Okay, now tell me what is this local, what is this variable, which type of variable it is? X.
Local variable.
Local
Local
variable.
variable.
Okay, local variable. Is it will be available to the main method?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why?
No, sir.
Yes,
Because
sir.
the scope is up to main method 1 only, sir.
Yeah, because it is a local variable, the scope is only up to from this starting point to this ending point. Let's try, let's check. Okay, let's prove it practically. Okay, now see here, I have declared int x variable in one method and I am trying to print in another method. Okay, now see here. Okay, now I'm again, first I'm compiling it again. See now, it is throwing can't find a symbol. It is not able to find. Okay, it is not able to find only because it is not reachable to there. Suppose now here if I try to print this. Okay, now I'm printing here in the same method, just I'm making it a static. I'll tell what is the static and all things. Now I have to call this method. I'm calling method 1. Okay, now see here. Now once if I there, I'll just see successfully compiled. Now see, it is able to print 10. Sir, now you are calling this method, that's why it's printing. Now if you print here, it will be print. Let's check that also. Now see, just some people have the doubts, right? I just want to clarify everything. Now see, still again it is throwing error because even though if you are calling the method in a main method, that variable will be not accessible because I already said the scope of variable only up to that method only. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Now you are able to understand 2 points. Guys are able to understand 2 points or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have to define like this: int x is equal to 10. Okay, I'm providing this example for local variables. Now here we have a global variable. Already we have it here. I said the variable which is declared inside a class and outside a data members are called global variables. Okay, now see here, first type is instance variable. What is instance? Means object. Instance means object, synonym. Instance and object both are same words only. Okay, in English we have so many words, right? For one word, that is also one word. Okay, now see here, class test, class test. Okay, here we have a main method. Now we have here int x is equal to 10. Now here I am printing system.out.println x. Now tell me, it is which type of variable?
Global variables.
Global variable. Okay, whether it is instance variable or static variable? Instance variable. Okay, remember first difference. It int, whenever you declared in a global scope int x is equal to 10, this is a instance variable. If you want to make your variable as a static, you have to provide a static keyword here. Static int x is equal to 10. Okay, then it will become a static variable. That is just basic difference. If I'm asking which type of variable you have to tell, right? I'll explain the static what is clearly. Now it is global variable, and in the global variable subtype is instance variable. Now if I print here, what will happen? Guess. What is the output it will be?
Compile type.
Sorry?
Compile type methods. Compile type methods.
Good. Someone said error. What about remaining all? I have initialized and I have declared I am printing here. And I said it will be accessible from anywhere in the class.
It will give output.
Okay, good. Someone said output. Anything is fine. Wrong answer, you'll find everything. So you learn. Now see, observe. The same way. Okay. Now here observe. I'm just removing this to make you understand. Now see here. I'm declaring here int x is equal to 10. Now tell me it is which type of variable? Int x. Now
Global variable.
Global variable.
in global variable is instance or static variable?
Instance.
Okay, instance variable. Okay, now see here, I'm compiling it here. Now see Java C. Okay, Java C variables dot Java. It is throwing error. What it is saying? Non-static variable x can't be referenced from a static context. Okay, if you don't understand that definition, it is fine. Now see, observe here. I'm saying instance variable will means object variable. Okay, instance variable means object variable. Okay, now simply I'll ask one thing. Okay, now you have a plan. Okay, in the plan you are described as a car as a black car. Okay, to apply for a car. Will you do painting before creating a car? Just
No, sir.
No, sir.
okay. And one more thing. Will you give anything specification without, you can just plan it, right? Once after you have designed a model, then you will provide all the things, color, name and everything. Correct? Before you have a plan. Okay. Before you have a plan. But the object is still is not created. Then how can you apply all this? Whatever the properties related to the object. So you think that I'll keep to someone, okay, if you have any kid, okay, and not for you, if you have any other elders, okay, if any kid is there, you think that I will keep some name. If kid is not yet born, then how can you keep the name? Correct? So here understand, it is not possible, it is not possible to access, it is not static context and non-static context I will explain, but before that understand, it is not possible to access instance variable without object reference. Without object reference means without object name. If you don't create an object only, how can you keep name? How can you access a variables? To access a local instance variables, you have to create an object. Now see, this is what one thing. Now understand one more thing here. Okay. Now see what will happen. Class. Okay. Test. Okay. You kept here int x is equal to 10. You have a main method. Okay. Now you are printing here. Print x. Okay. Now see, observe. What will happen? Here, this is the static context. If you are observable static, public static main, this is the static context. This is the instance variable. This is the instance, not a static variable. Okay. So you are not able to access. Why it is not possible? Because you don't have an object reference. One more thing. Now see, observe. This is that you can consider it as a memory. Okay, you can consider this as a memory. This will get occupy a space. Instance variable will get occupy a space when you create an object only. when you create an object only. So now see, you can compiled. Okay, now see, observe. See here, simply I'll tell you. If I'm not printing here, okay, just forget about this. I'm not printing it here. Now see, observe here. I have compiled it again. Now it is compiled successfully. Okay, after compilation, okay, it will not have any space here. Okay, it is not occupied any space. Okay, again after I executed, I called JVM and I executed. Okay, after execution, sorry, Java, it is not Java. C. Now see, it is successfully executed also. Okay, it is successfully executed also here. Okay, but it is not, sorry, you have successfully compiled, you have successfully executed. Now it has to store some data, right? We have some data, x is equal to 10 we have, but here nothing is happened. There is no data has been saved here. Okay, why? Our instance variables will occupy space when you create an object. Okay, see, I'll tell you, whenever you have an object only, then you will provide some space in your, suppose I'll tell you one thing. Now your home is there. Suppose just you have considered your home is there. In front of your home there is some space. In that you'll have, okay, there is nothing here there. Okay, if you buy a car and then only you'll keep it here, right? If you don't have a car only, how can you, suppose you have one car cover. Okay, in your home you have one car cover. Okay, if you don't have an object, you will apply that here.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, right? The same way, instance variables means which are related to the object, the properties which are related to the object. Okay, whatever the properties which are related to the object. Okay, properties means methods. Okay, or blocks. If you don't understand blocks, methods and variables. Okay, but if instance methods are there, the properties whichever related to the object will get occupy a space, otherwise will get birth whenever object is created. Okay, understand here? Are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear, the first point? Now see here, I'm writing here instance variable. Okay, first point is instance variables will occupy a space only when object is created. Okay, now see, observe here, guys, I'm creating object. If you are not able to understand, that's fine. Okay, don't get confused, just understand the concept. Okay, variables v is equal to new variables. Okay, this is called creating object. Okay, just for reference I'm giving it here to make you understand. So here this is the object reference, v is the object reference here. Object reference means v is the name of a object or reference. Sir, now we have created a object also. Now I'll print system.out.println x. Okay, now see, system.out.println. Now tell me, guys, what is the output? Guess.
Errors.
Okay.
Yes.
What about remaining all?
Errors.
Okay, good. Now see here.
Errors.
Why error? Everyone is saying error. Why error?
Because we not considering.
Okay, let's see. I'll explain because it's fine. Now see, it is showing variables are only accepted if annotation is processing explicitly requested. Okay, sorry, it is variables dot java. Now see here again same thing. Non-static variable x can't be referenced from a static context. Now here only one difference is happened. What is that? Sorry. Now you remove this one up to now. Okay. If it is saved, now I have compiled it here. Java C variables, and I am again running it here. Java variables. Okay. Now here only one difference is been happened. What is the difference? Whenever now class test, okay, you have created in text is equal to 10 in the main method, some 10, okay, in the main method you have created an object. Now what happened? Only one change has been occurred, that is this variable got some space in a memory. This will be object, here will be there x is equal to 10. Okay. Now, sir, how to access a instance variable? How to access? It is saying that error is you are not able to access non-static variable, means instance variable from a static context. Sir, then how to access that variable? Okay, then the next point is instance variables. You have to access. Okay, instance variables are accessed with object reference along with dot operator. Okay, what is the syntax? Is syntax to access. Okay, now see, observe here. First object reference means name, then dot. After that object reference you have to put dot, then variable name. This is the way you need to access a variable whenever you are accessing from okay, that's fine. Now see here, this is how you have to access a variable. Now see, observe here. Now the same way I will do here. See, now v dot x. Okay, v dot x. V is the object reference name, dot x. Now tell me what is the output.
10, sir.
Okay, Java C, then Java variable. See, 10. Okay, this is what is meant by instance variable. Is it clear? Now
Yes,
here
sir.
one more point. Now see here, if I am not declaring the variable, sorry, if I am not initializing the instance variable, then what will happen? So the interviewer will ask you, what will happen when you don't initialize the instance variable and you are trying to print with object by using object reference? Then what is going to be happen? Then what is the output now?
Default value 0.
Good. Okay, default value it will print. Now see here, I will run this. First I have to compile. Next, variables. Now see, default value is 0. Everyone is able to see? Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
we will
Yes,
add this
sir.
point also here. No. Instance. Okay. If you have created instance variable, but if you have created instance variable, but you are not initialized it, in this case it will holding. Okay, in this case variable is stored with default value. Default value. Okay, clear? This is what instance variable means. Now see